Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video on the Milne Manor sign we made last year for our Halloween haunt. It's made out of 1-inch foam insulation board we got from Lowe's. It's the blue stuff. A lot of people use it for tombstones and it's pretty easy to work with. So it's almost 7 feet long. It's about 1.5 feet wide. To make the letters, I put the font into to Photoshop and played around with it until I got it where I wanted. Printed it out on some paper. I then taped it to the foam board and used an X-Acto knife to kind of trace the letters out. And once I did that, you take the paper off and use a jigsaw to cut the letters out. And it's nice because when you cut it with an X-Acto knife, it makes a nice sharp edge. And you don't have to be as precise with the jigsaw when you cut it. But yeah, we roughened it up, distressed it a little bit with just tools and like a little plumber's torch. You can see some of the finer detail there to kind of make it look like old burnt wood. And then the paint on it is actually just some wood stain we had laying around, and distressed it with a little bit of black paint. We did build a wood frame for the back side of it. I'll show you here in a little bit, and lined it with some LEDs on the inside and the outside to kind of get it that effect. You can notice if you look in, you can't actually see through the letters there because there's some plexiglass. It's just some cheap plexiglass from Lowe's, and I used like a little orbital sander with maybe 300 grit sandpaper to kind of give it that frosted look. And that way you can see like the letters here, they actually look like they're floating in midair. Kind of cool, gives a cool effect. And then the chain up there is just cheap plastic chain that we got from Michael's last year. It looks heavy duty, but it actually it's really cheap plastic and it's not very strong at all. So there's a piece of wire that kind of goes through the chain to kind of give it some support so we can hang it from the house. But yeah, I'm gonna get this thing down. We'll put it on the table and flip it over and show you the back side of it. All right, now that we got it off the wall, you can kind of see some of the finer detail in it. I did forget, instead of it wasn't just wood stain and the black paint we used, but I also did a layer of dry lock on it. Just a real thin layer, but it kind of gives it kind of a rough texture. It protects the foam a little bit better. But yeah, we'll flip this thing over. It's pretty lightweight. And you can kind of see the structure behind it. Just a wood frame built out of some spare wood I had laying around the garage. I can't remember what kind of adhesive I used to glue it together, but it's held up pretty good so far. You can see the plexiglass here, and all the glue that holds it together. And then along the edges here, there's LEDs, just some dumb LED strips. That wraps all the way around the outside, so that kind of gives the glow outside the sign. And then again, also here on the inside of the wood, there's some more LED strip. And just mounted the power supply and little control box right there. It does come with a little remote. I think these are the Tinkham lights off of Amazon, and you get like maybe 16 feet for 30 bucks, I think. But yeah, you can just mount this stuff right here. Ran the power cord up the chain. So when we mount it to the front of our house, the power cord comes off the roof, so it's not super obvious. But once it gets power, you can turn it on and off with the remote and change the colors, and you can have it be a single color or fade in and out from other colors. But yeah, that's it. Pretty basic. I guess the only other thing I could tell you is we put some standoffs on it, because once you put it on the house, like hanging it against the house, when the wind blows, it does want to move around a little bit. So we put these standoffs with some felt so it doesn't tear up the stucco, and it helps to kind of keep it stationary when it gets a little windier. Yeah, you can see I'm holding it with one hand. It's deceivingly light. Looks like some old distressed wood, but it's really lightweight, just like the the tombstones you make. So if you live in a windy environment, windy climate, you might want to find another way to secure it. We live in Arizona, so not super windy all the time, but I could see that being an issue. Anyways, hope you like it. If you have any questions about how I made it, just go ahead and post them in the comments down below, and hopefully give you some good ideas. And happy haunting.